About how to get our farm closer to what natural processes look like. Um, in nature, everything balances itself out. Like you've got raptors that take care of rodents, that take care of insects, that take care of bacteria and process nutrients in the soil and give back. I've been substituting a lot of carrots this year because I didn't buy enough seed in different situations, and there's lots of different things to think about with carrots, like fresh eating or baby carrots, or do you want them to be storage carrots? And but carrots have days to germination of around 54 to 75 days, depending on the carrot. Um, so I don't remember exactly when I planted these, but it was like within that window, like 2 months ago ish. And they're ready to harvest. So I know a carrot is ready to harvest because uh, it has shoulders on it. Like when you look down at a carrot, a carrot, I guess, like when you're farming or gardening, a really great place to start when growing something is to learn what its growth pattern is. So a carrot first starts by growing a giant taproot. And that's why you don't really start carrots indoors, because as soon as they put that taproot down, if you disturb that, like by taking them out of a seed plug and putting them into the ground, like they'll never grow as well. Like they'll either be dwarfed or malformed, or they just won't grow very well at all. They'll die. So there's a lot of experimentation going on with paper pot transplanting, but we don't have one of those. So check out somebody else's videos. These carrots were transplanted using or seeded using an earthway seeder, like I said, about 2 months ago. And after they put that taproot down, there comes a certain stage of their life where they start to grow out. And as it grows out, if you look down, you can see a stem in the center. You can tell it has shoulders because the stem, it's not just as wide as the stem, it's growing around like the stem in the center. And God, this is hard to explain, but I'm sure we'll show you a video of this. But it's got shoulders, look it up. And so when I look down and I see that these have shoulders, I like to, carrots also store really well in the field. So I usually only harvest at home what I want to eat right now. But at the farm, obviously I would harvest like 75 feet at a time or something. So what's the easiest way to harvest carrots? Like depending on how you irrigate carrots, if they're in the ground for 2 months, you might have some compacted soil, and like I mentioned, they have a really long taproot. You want to get that whole thing out. So I could just come and try to like pull out the carrot by the greens, but these greens, which are also edible, everyone likes eating the whole plant. So if I want to save these greens, I don't want to like rip them off the carrot. So I'm going to use this fork. Apollo just got behind the fence and can't get back out. He's stuck. So I'm going to put the fork in a couple inches away from the carrots. I like to go for like a little farther if I'm not sure, because if I put it too close to the carrots, then when I pull the fork back toward me to loosen the soil, I might puncture one of them. Fun story, when I was a farm apprentice, somebody, one of the unpaid interns, was using a fork and forked a vole. So that might happen. This is farming. Farming is metal. But now that I forked the soil, it's all loose around there. So now I can go and grab the carrot by the base of the carrot. I try again not to just grab it by the stems because they might break, but I grab it by the base of the carrot and pull it out of the ground. If I was harvesting for a share, I might harvest, all of these at one time, and then use a rubber band around my wrist to rubber band them like a nice bunch and send them to wash and pack. But before I do that, I try to also do some quality control. Sometimes these greens are beautiful, but sometimes there's like dying greens along the edge that I'll peel off. But I just noticed this one split at one point. That could have been like insect or a mammal of some sort, a bite that then it grew open, or it could have been improper watering. I feel like sometimes that makes things split, if it not improper but inconsistent, like maybe we got a big rain and it took up too much water. But depending on if you're selling it or using it at home, I'll still eat that. I'll wash it or cut it out. But that is how you harvest carrots.